Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into another video. Today we're going to be talking the Roto TNT, brand new ball from Roto, but obviously before we do, just got to give my basic shout outs. Thank you to Storm and I Am Bowling. You can get any jersey from I Am Bowling, any shirt, any long sleeve, any hoodie from I Am Bowling. You can get 20% off. You got to use my promo code down here. It's going to be FIRO07. Use that at checkout. Save yourself 20% off of your entire apparel order. You can also get one of them Storm, Roto Grip, or 900 Global Bowling Balls from I Am Bowling's website too. That promo code just does not apply to the bowling balls. It only applies to apparel. Again, huge thank you to Storm. They're the reason I'm able to put out all of these videos, and I greatly appreciate their support. I do have to apologize. When I was filming this video, I misplaced my filming jersey that I had up at the lane, so unfortunately I'm not wearing anything Storm while throwing the ball, but hopefully that's okay with them. But anyways, let's dive into this. I almost said Storm TNT. It's the Roto Grip TNT. The layout I'm going to have on this ball is 4 3/4 by 5 by 3.5. It's, as you guys notice, a VLS layout. I've been working a little bit more to try and incorporate VLS into my bowling balls and my layout system rather than using dual angle. So there might be a little bit of crossover here. There might be some times where I use VLS in my layout system. There might be times where I use dual angle. I'll try and, get a translation essentially and try and do both, but this time I only have the VLS layout system. So that is the layout for this TNT. Again, VLS. Pattern that we're going to be bowling on is a 41-foot typical house shot. Let's dive into it, guys. All right, let's take a look at these two balls here now, starting out with the TNT. Now, because this is a Roto Grip ball, obviously there is no scent with the Roto Grip ball, so you don't have to hear me talk about how good this ball smells. The out-of-box cover on this ball is going to come out of box at 2,000. The cover on this ball is the E-Trax Plus Solid. This is the first time this cover has ever been used. Because this is the first time it's ever been used, it's not officially on the graph that I have, but I would guess that it's probably in the middle of the road as far as aggressiveness. Not as aggressive as probably what that Extreme Track Solid is for the Helios, but it's not as strong as probably what's on that hyped, or I'm sorry, it's stronger than what's on that hyped Solid. So probably in the middle of the road as far as aggressiveness. Now the core in this is the Torpex core. This is the first time this core has ever been used. It's a unique core design. They have a little bit of a weighted sphere that's in the just above the midline or the equator of the ball to help, they say, to help lower the RG in it and to help it get through the pins a lot better. Again, this is the first time it's ever been used. Because it's the first time it's never been used, this isn't on my list either, but I would guess that this is probably a little bit midder as well, if that's a word. A little bit mid as far, probably not as strong as some of the asymmetric cores, but I'm guessing it's probably just a smidge stronger than what that Icon core is with the Helios, because the RG is 2 points lower in this Torpex core than it is with the Icon core. RG out of the box is 247, differential is 052, so again, a fairly strong symmetrical piece here from a Roto Grip, and it really does get through the pins really well. Maybe not that time because I pulled it a little bit, but this time, as you can see, it really gets through the pins really nicely. So we are going to dive into what this Helios can do, and this Helios again comes out of box at 2,000. When it was still being made, it's since been discontinued, which is a little disappointing for me. But again, comes out of box at 2,000. This has the Extreme Track Solid. Again, probably maybe a little bit stronger than what that E-Trax Plus Solid is. But again, it's been used one time, and it's the 5th strongest core out of however many cores that however many covers that Roto Grip has. And this is the Icon core. The Icon core has been used 9 times total. The last time that this Icon core was used was with the Idol Cosmos.
This is the 11th strongest, probably 12th strongest if you include that Torpex core. But again, probably 12th strongest core out of the many cores that um, Rotogrip offers. The RG in this ball is 249, differential is 052. So those are the stats when it comes to these two balls. So now let's take a look at the specific motions that each of these balls are giving us. And again, I would say I talked. I'll talk about it a little bit here at the end. But I sent Roto Schlem, Chris Schlemmer, brand manager for Rotogrip, a message at first once I got this TNT, and I said, "Hey man, I really like," as I disproved the myth there that jumping when you're a winkling pin is going to knock it over. But I was like, "Hey man, I really do like this TNT. I think it's a winner." From what I'm seeing with this ball, it's a little bit slower and a little bit more forward than what that Helios is. And he was basically like, that's not what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to, probably be a little bit more overall and be a little bit sharper than what that Helios is. And it's like, okay, well, that's just what I'm seeing. But once I am able to really compare these two balls and put them side by side and run them through their paces, I would say he's definitely right. I would say the TNT is probably a little bit stronger overall. I would say that, it's not probably as forward as what that Helios is. That Helios is probably a little bit more forward. Now, there could be some different things that are leading to that, leading to what I'm seeing. But first and foremost, I've got a 5-inch pin on this TNT, which might lead it to just be a little bit more forward. And the Helios is, it's got however many games on it. It's not a fresh Helios that I drilled out for this, so it's older. But I would say he's definitely right, and more power to him because he's always right. Obviously, he's the one that made this ball, so he knows what it's going to be able to do. So again, I would say he's definitely right. This TNT is, probably a little bit sharper and a little bit more ball overall than what that Helios is. Now, I've seen a bunch of people. I personally actually like this ball out of box. There's a lot of people that don't. There's a lot of people that have shined up this TNT quite a bit, and I've seen a lot of people talk about how sharp this ball is, especially when you polish it up. Now, I don't know what they polished it to. I don't know if they put reactor gloss on it. I don't know if they polished it to 1500. You can see some different properties when you do reactor glosses 1500 versus whatever else kind of polish you would put on it or shine it up however you want. But again, I personally like this ball out of box. I don't think I'm going to shine it up, mostly because I have been lacking for solid balls for quite some time here. I'm glad that Storm's finally putting out some solid balls. But again, I'm going to keep this one out of box. I'm going to keep it at a 2000 surface because I really do like the look. I like the shape. I like the versatility. And you can see that this ball is incredibly versatile. Probably a little bit more than what this Helios is. But again, very versatile. And I really like the look and the shape of this Rotogrip TNT.
Right, so we saw the two balls roll down the lane. Well, before I even get into my first impressions, I have to apologize to Schlem, to Chris Schlemmer, brand manager for Rotogrip. I started throwing the ball and I really liked it. So I sent him a message and said, "Hey, this ball is a winner." I said, in my opinion, it looks to be a little bit slower and a little bit more forward than what the Helios was. And, he came back and said, essentially, that's not what it's supposed to do. We're aiming for the complete opposite of that. And once I threw the Helios and the TNT side by side together, I realized he was right. The TNT is certainly I shouldn't say a lot quicker, but it's definitely quicker than what that Helios is. It's a little bit stronger overall than what that Helios is. In my opinion, it takes all the good things about what the Helios was and does it just a little bit better with that TNT. And obviously everybody knows how good I thought the Helios was. And this TNT is just a little bit better. I think one thing that kind of played into that is I got a 5-inch pin. Which generally is going to make it just a hair slower. I usually don't like drilling anything over like a 3.5 to 4-inch pin. So, but again, it's definitely, it's still a winner. I still absolutely love it. This is going to be in my bag for a long time. But throwing them together made me realize that TNT is certainly probably a little bit better than what that Helios was. So I'm a big fan of what this TNT is. Now, who is this TNT for? Well, it's a benchmark ball, which means that everybody's going to like it. Everybody's going to throw it, and this is a good ball that if you want to build an arsenal, this is a good ball to build it around. And actually, both of these releases, the one from Roto Grip in this TNT, and then the Eternity by 900 Global, which is going to be in the next video, foreshadowing a little bit. Both of these are really, really good together. I threw the sorry for that noise. I threw the Eternity for the first game and a half the other night during League, and then switched to the TNT and shot 750. I mean, these balls are really, really good together. So, it's for everybody. It's for high speed, high rev players. It's for low speed, low rev players, and it's for everybody in between. So make sure you head on in to your local Storm VIP Pro Shop and at least take a look at some of these TNTs. Like I said, they're really, really good. I think we're going to sell a lot of these TNTs. But again, make sure you check it out and then possibly put some holes in it. Are you going to get a TNT? Let me know down in the comments down below. Up next, we have the 900 Global Eternity, and then later down the road, we have the all-new, just announced Storm DNA, all-new core, all-new cover, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what that one does, and the all-new IQ Tour Ruby. So that is basically the same ball as the IQ Tour Gold, IQ Tour Emerald, IQ Tour 30. Basically the same thing, just an updated release. It's going to have reactive gloss on it, which those three balls did not. So again, a little bit new and improved IQ Tour Pearl that's going to be coming out here. So until you see me next time, which is hopefully next week, good luck and good bowling.